Very first thing that a projector ever needs to do is to recognize themselves fully and deeply.
Welcome to the Human Design Projectors Society podcast. I'm your host, Zette Harbor. Join me as we explore and dive deeply into the brilliance, the beauty, and the power of what it is to be a projector. Zette Harbor with the Human Design Projector Society podcast, and I am delighted today to have Charlie Garnham here with us. Charlie, please tell us a little bit about you.
Hi, Zed. Thank you so much for having me onto the podcast. So, hi, everybody. I'm Charlie, and I'm from the UK in the Southwest. And in human design terms, I'm a 5-1 splenic projector.
Fantastic. We'll be excited to hear more about that. The 5-1 profile is got a lot of richness to it to explore. Splenic authority projector, another area of deep richness. So really delighted. One of the things I like to share with someone, particularly if this is maybe the first one they're viewing, is the purpose of the Human Design Projector Society and podcast is to create a place where projectors are recognized. That's my job here, is to recognize you and to hold up maybe some mirrors or open some doors in which you then see yourself as being recognized by me so that you have the opportunity to increase your awareness of who you truly are and that beauty and brilliance and power of being a projector, which most of the messaging out there is that projectors are a little bit powerless, right? We don't have sacral energy. We don't have consistent and reliable sacral energy. And so it can bring in this feeling of, it's terrible to be a projector. When in fact, there is this extraordinary and fascinating quality of powerfulness that only projectors possess. And so I am so delighted to explore that terrain with you today.
Yes, it's going to be brilliant. I know it already.
Good. So before we do begin your chart, I do like to show the viewers my chart so they have a sense of where I'm coming from, the lenses through which I'm viewing this. And as you can see, I am a self-projected projector because I have nothing defined below the G center, and my G center is connected to my throat. The ajna is optional, and it could also include definition in the head center. But essentially, this openness is something that I will allow to maybe inspire me in asking more questions, particularly of any centers that you might have to find down there. And that also my motivation is innocence, the color 6. And it is with innocence that I am opening up these places for us as projectors to share this time and to share this exploration and this curiosity and discovery of the beautiful power of being a projector. So with that in mind, let's jump into your chart, Charlie. And yes, you also have quite a bit of openness, as we can see. You have an open, undefined head, undefined ajna. You have a fully open heart center, undefined solar plexus, and as always, an undefined sacral. So I'd love to start actually by just noting that your motivation is color number 3, which is desire. You and I are the opposite in terms of our motivation. If I transfer away from innocence, I transfer into desire. If you transfer from desire, you transfer into innocence. So it'll be exciting to chat about that a little bit later. So first, I'd love to hear when you discovered that you were a projector and that such a thing existed and that you did not have this consistent, reliable sacral energy, and you had this strategy of waiting for recognition and invitation. I'd love to hear how you experienced that.
Oh, it was a very incredible experience. And I think like the first couple of months or so, it was despair, but along the side of hope and joy and, oh my gosh, I'm different and it's okay. And I think If I look back on all the years of work and pushing to prove my worth and just devaluing myself everywhere, things just started to fall into place for me. And it was really difficult. It was one of the most difficult journeys that I have ever been through to decondition that sacral, but the most rewarding at the same time. I just remember just working for 6 hours straight and then just feeling awful. But then over time, it just became easier and easier to consciously just think to myself, okay, I've worked for 4 hours. What are you going to do, Charlie? What are you going to do next? Are you going to keep working? Or are you going to take a break? Are you going to go for a walk? And the mind is so strong. The mind's you feel fine, Charlie. So why don't you just keep working? You've got all of this left on your to-do list. Why don't you just keep going? Because you know that it's going to be fine when you finish. No, really not. And to overcome the strength of that mind, the strength of that conditioning that I had, and I was maybe 35 when I discovered human design. So many years of conditioning of you have to work hard, you have to work 12 hours a day, you have to do this, you have to do that. And yeah, it just eventually it all just fell away from me. And it's the most rewarding experience to decondition that sacral.
Wow. Thank you for sharing it that way. It's so rich. And I feel like so many of us projectors can relate to that so deeply. Do you feel inspired to share with us how long you've been in your experiment?
Yeah, absolutely. So I take my experiment very seriously, actually. And I can tell you that I've just finished my 4 years of experimentation and I've just entered my fifth year. And it's the most rewarding thing that's ever happened to me.
Gosh, congrats. And thanks for being a leader in this way and inspiring us all. Tell us more about the relationship of the 4 years in terms of a deconditioning cycle.